Goat. Another awkward transition. I remember with Goblet of Fire, I said it was very much so and then storytelling, where you'll have a scene and then another scene after it where they don't really feel connected. And this is, the two shots that we just went through are connected. This is a continuation of that scene. But something about the way that it is edited makes it not feel that way. It feels disjointed. It feels like there is something missing. And I lack the filmmaking knowledge, or study rather, to express what went wrong there. It's like I know it, but I can't tell it. I can't tell you what it is. Or maybe just I'm embittered and I hate these movies and I'm just lashing out at everything.
Hi. You all know why we're here. We need a teacher.
I think it would have been fun to have or better to have seen them entering rather than just a sudden crowd. We don't actually know what is happening. We can guess if we have not seen the movie or read the books before. We don't know why they're meeting here. We don't know what they're expecting. And hearing Hermione say just a couple of people and then awkward shot of Hermione standing up and then cut to, I mean, is this more or less? It would have been better to have not a montage, but just having people coming in as the scene progresses and, you know, Harry reacting as there's more and more people and getting nervous. That's character growth. It has a better transition and we get an idea of what is actually happening here. It's just my thoughts.
One who's had real experience defending themselves against the dark art.
Why? Because you know who's back, you tosspot. The point is, where's the proof?
I'm not going to talk about Cedric, so if that's why you're here, you might as well clear out now.
Is it true you can produce a Patronus charm?
I didn't know you could do that.
And he killed a basilisk with the sword in Dumbledore's office.
I don't think that you can really count on enough people having been in Dumbledore's office to know what sword he's talking about. Just say he killed a basilisk. You don't have to say with the sword in Dumbledore's office. Are you trying to remind people where the sword is for future movies? That line doesn't work. Say the sword of Gryffindor. That apparently that's something that people actually know about. Like it's a little bit legendary. You don't have to say that sword in Dumbledore's office, you know, where we're not even sure Neville's ever been before. And that's not how people would tell the story. They would say with Godric Gryffindor's sword or the sword of Gryffindor. They wouldn't say that sword in Dumbledore's office. That's not how relaying things works.
It's true.
Third year, he fought with about 100 Dementors at once.
And last year, he really did fight off you-know-who in the flesh.
Wait, the truth is, most of that was just luck. I didn't know what I was doing half the time. I nearly always had help.
This shot is so boring. A lot of times when you have something like this, like I want a slow zoom in on him. I want a wider shot of everybody else watching him say this. Instead, I've got Hermione in profile just staring at him. Once again, Ron's being left out. And it's just Radcliffe carrying it. And it's very dully lit. I'm not saying Radcliffe is doing bad. I'm saying the cinematography is giving him no help at all.
He's just being modest.
No, Hermione, I'm not.
There's a zoom. Now we've got a pull and a zoom, so Hermione was only in that shot so she could say her line and interrupt him, and now she's done interrupting him, so we're moving on. It just doesn't quite work. I think wide shot over the other kids' heads and slowly zooming in, then when Hermione interrupts, she's in the shot, but then it keeps zooming. That would have been better, more interesting, and it would have made that first shot less awkward, which it felt more awkward because I paused it and stayed on it. I'm trying to point out that it's not just me being mad about what I consider a bad adaptation. These are poorly made movies. There are decisions that are constantly made by the filmmakers and the scriptwriters that are just not good and contribute to it being objectively a bad movie.
Facing this stuff in real life is not like school. When you're a second away from being murdered, you don't know what that's like.
Good job on the music. Who composed this one? I honestly don't know.
Right, that's why we need your help. Because if we're going to have any chance of beating Voldemort.
We should have had a scene of them coming up with the whole Dumbledore's army name, especially since they actually brought up the fact that Fudge thought that Dumbledore was making an army. If you hang a lantern on something, you really should use it. Chekhov's unused armory again.
First, we need to find a place of practice where Umbridge won't find out.
At least we know one positive thing that came from today. Jo couldn't take her eyes off you, could she?
Probably should have introduced his crush aspect just, you know, a little bit before now. We're almost an hour in. I mean, yeah, it's built up in the previous last movie, but
Which way you going, Longbottom?
soccer hooligans. People do not high-five as often as movies seem to think that they do.
found the Room of Requirement. The Room of Requirement only appears when a person has real need of it, and is always equipped for the Seeker's needs.
Say you really needed the toilet.
Charming, Ronald, but yes.
I like that they included that because Dumbledore actually, it was a bit of foreshadowing in, I think it was Goblet of Fire, actually, that Dumbledore mentions that he found a bathroom that he had never seen before. And the fact that they reference that is fun. Same that they used as yet another opportunity to pick on Ron and call him dumb and uncouth.
Expelliarmus!
Unfortunate that.
Expelliarmus!
Wands away.
Well, at least treating Filch like an idiot continues. Apparently he's blind, too. Holy crap.
Come on then, Nigel. Good.
Scriptwriter aware of what stun means? Shouldn't Harry be unconscious? Immobile?
Don't worry. I'll go easy on you.
Weird intro. Can't believe that one of them would bet against Hermione.
Great.
Boy, Nigel's just having all kinds of stuff done now, isn't he? It's a pretty decent montage.
Working hard is important, but there's something that matters even more. Believing in yourself. Every great wizard in history has started out as nothing more than what we are now. If they can do it, why not us?
This is doing a very good job of showing Harry as stepping into a more leadership role.
Expelliarmus! Fantastic, Neville.
Why is there a photo of Cedric on a mirror? It's just a weird decision.
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Do Brits say Merry Christmas? Is this the American cut?
It's just learning all this makes me wonder whether he'd known it.
Cedric did know this stuff. He was really good. Voldemort was better.
You're a really
The
good
Wormtail
Harry.
actually killed him. I have to admit, if that were to happen, I wouldn't actually know it was mistletoe. It's an odd number of cuts in that kiss. I think it was 3.
She was sort of crying.
That bad at it, are you?
I'm sure Harry's kissing was more than satisfactory. Cho spends half her time crying these days. Obviously, she's feeling sad about Cedric, and therefore confused about liking Harry and guilty about kissing him. Conflicted because Umbridge is threatening to sack her mum from her job at the ministry, and frightened of failing her OWLs because she's so busy worrying about everything else.
Jo already took her OWL. She's a 6th year. Oh, mood swing. The movie has so many hard cuts that fade was jarring. Supposed to be seeing things from the snake's point of view. Why is the snake so high? I mean, Nagini is a big snake, but that's real high.
In the dream, were you standing next to the victim or looking down at the scene?
Neither. Professor, would you please just tell me what's happening?
The walking part was a little weird there. I would have had him wake up and then the voiceover of Dumbledore.
Oh, thank you. Next, we need...
Look at me! What's happening to me?
Need a little bit more build up. A little bit more. Wasn't quite enough.
You wished to see me, Headmaster? I'm afraid we can't wait. Otherwise, we'll all be vulnerable. Appears that there is a connection between the Dark Lord's mind and your own.
One of the great early discoveries in filmmaking was you don't have to show the journey from one place to another. You can show somebody in their house. Somebody says, I'm going to the store. You then cut to them at the store and you assume that you just didn't see the travel. You just know they traveled. David Yates in this movie keeps showing the travel, unnecessarily so. We didn't need to see McGonagall and Ron taking Harry, and they didn't give us any of the emotional impact of Harry telling Ron that his dad had been attacked. That would have been nice to have. But then we had that brief scene in the office, which it was a decent scene. I liked how it was blocked. They did a good job of having Gambon not look at Harry. Clearly intentional, but also could be argued that it wasn't. But then Snape comes in. Dumbledore tells him something that is a little bit mysterious, and I'm okay with that. That's fine. Then we didn't need the shot of Snape dragging Harry somewhere. Yates needs to start using the voiceover transition of dialogue. A line starts from another scene, and we cut to that scene as a pull-in. We don't need all of these random walking shots. And his transitions into them are just so jarring. It's like standing still notice that a lot of times when you do have that transition, there's a line that implies somebody's about to go somewhere, or like they'll move slightly out of frame, like they're about to start moving, and then we cut to them moving. So many of these are people standing still. And now that I've noticed that like one time, I can't not notice it is constant so far.